Hey guys, Tatty here and welcome to another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare video for you today. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about some brand new revolutionary stuff that has never been seen in Call of Duty before that they are putting into the next Call of Duty, in particular the multiplayer, which is interesting, and it's basically just going to change everything. It's going to change a lot of things, and people in the past have criticised Call of Duty of being a bit too samey, a bit too predictable, but you definitely cannot say that of the next Call of Duty because the changes that they'll making, they're going to absolutely totally revolutionise everything, and it's going to make it feel fresh. Now there's a number of things that they're doing this year to make the game feel different, and especially in multiplayer, because that is the thing that people play for the longest in Call of Duty, I guess. The single player campaign is amazing while it lasts, but like I said, it is only while it lasts. It's normally only 8 to 10 hours long at best. The multiplayer is where most people and why most people buy the game, and I guess that in that respect it's one of the most important parts of the game. So this year they're bringing some brand new core mechanics and features into the next Call of Duty, and on top of this they're actually building it on a brand new engine, which is the first time in 7 or 8 years that this has ever happened, so it's going to feel a lot different, but I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But first of all, these new features which we're going to be seeing, we saw a lot of them in the single player trailer. Of course they looked cool and different, but a lot of people were wondering whether these features are going to make their way into multiplayer themselves. And so if you can't remember these features, there were things like the super jump, there were also grappling, magnetic gloves. There was also optic camouflage, which basically merged humans and planes into the background, making them virtually invisible. And they also spoke recently about the ability to hover in midair for a short amount of time. So all of those new features are in the single player side of things. That is what they basically said and shown in the trailer as well. Also, not forgetting the exoskeleton suits, which give people a little bit more endurance and power and strength whilst playing as a character in the single player side of things. But as I said, people wondering, is this kind of stuff, technology, jumping, the super jumping, the ability to climb up buildings, going to make its way into multiplayer? And Sledgehammer Games have actually come out and said that they are bringing some big experiments to the core mechanics that will affect multiplayer. So these big experiments that they're bringing to the core mechanics of multiplayer, basically the core gameplay, the stuff that the whole gameplay of multiplayer is built around, they're bringing some big experiments to that. So you can only presume that that means that some, if not all of those things that I've just mentioned will be in the multiplayer. I would guess the jumping might be. I would also guess that some form of climbing up buildings a little bit might be in there. I don't think they'll have everything in there. I don't think they'll have the invisible cloaking tech where you can basically turn your character invisible, because I think that would be literally just ridiculous. I also don't think that the exoskeleton suits, which give you extra strength and power and endurance, will be actually in the multiplayer. They may be in as a kill streak, but I don't think you'll see everybody running around with these suits on, because again I think that would be a little bit too overpowered. I think the jumping and the climbing up walls will be in the multiplayer, and it will be in the core part of the multiplayer experience, but they will be kind of dumbed down a little bit from the single player. Maybe in the single player you'll be able to hover and jump a lot higher buildings than you will do in the multiplayer. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe they'll just design the maps around this new jumping and climbing ability, which will be cool. But the fact of the matter is that they are bringing some big experiments to the core mechanics of multiplayer. So we're going to see something new. You would presume by that they mean those abilities that they showed in the single player trailer moving into the multiplayer basically, and testing out how that is going to go down. It's going to be pretty interesting how it all plays out. But I also spoke about at the start of the video a brand new engine. Now, ever since the days of like Call of Duty 2, they've used the same engine, which has basically just been tweaked or changed or added bits to, but at the end of the day it's been the same engine, just modified for the different types of games, for the Treyarch and the Infinity Ward games. But now, according to Sledgehammer, Michael Condrey has actually come out and said that Advanced Warfare is being built on, quote, a new engine. And the main reason for this is that this is the first game which has had the 3 years to develop the game, which is 1 year longer than any of the other games. So they've basically had time to make their own engine and make it tailored to what they want for these brand new mechanics, which I've just spoke about, all these jumping and different core mechanics of the game, which are going to make it feel a lot different. In that respect, it's not such a surprise that they have made a new engine because it is vastly different from any of the previous Call of Duties. I just hope they can get that Call of Duty feel and not make it feel foreign to the Call of Duty players. Like I've said in previous videos, it's alright bringing all the new stuff in, but it has to feel like a Call of Duty, otherwise there's no point in the new stuff being in there. There's a difference between making new stuff and adding that into the game and basically just making a new brand of game, and they need to strike the balance between the two. But that is all the information I've got for you for now. I've got another couple of videos coming up in the next few days, so stay tuned for them. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so or you'll be missing out. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a quick like, it's really appreciated, and I'll see you all in a bit. Ciao.